Today's lesson will show you how to convert different units of length. Now let's start with the first 4 questions here. So we're converting between millimetres, centimetres, metres and kilometres. Now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a big unit conversions flowchart here to the side of your work. This will be your go-to and it will be easy for you to see what you need to do in order to convert from one to another. So you can find this on the conversions of length formula sheet, the Word document that's up on Daymap. I'll also write that exact Word document name in the description of this video below so that you can go and find it easily. So this is what we're going to draw. Okay. So this is what we're interested in. Now you can also do it the other way. It's the exact same, just means that your dividing is going to be at the bottom instead of on the top. So this is how I like to do it. You'll find that on the formula sheet it's the other way around, but it's the exact same thing. So I'm just going to highlight this so it's obvious. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Now for this one we need to go from metres to centimetres. So we find metres over here and we need to go from metres to centimetres. So we need to go from here to here. Now we need to follow the arrow that allows us to get from here to here. And the arrow is obviously underneath. So to get from metres to centimetres, you multiply by 100. So basically what you're doing is you're taking the metres number and you're multiplying by 100 because that's how you get from metres to centimetres. So you need to take this number and multiply by 100. Okay, so an easy way to do this is to, I guess, put it straight into your calculator, but I'd encourage you to learn how to use the decimal point system in which you move the decimal point yourself, but I'll show you both ways. Basically, I just take 4.1 and we said that we had to multiply by 100. So you just do times 100 and you get 410. Now alternatively, if we wanted to multiply this by 100, there are 1, 2 zeros in 100. So we're interested in all of these numbers here. In 100, there are 2 zeros. Now I did say that when we have a number, so let's just say 5.25 as an example, when we move the decimal point, okay, so when we move the decimal point, which is here, when we move it this way, we are multiplying. However, when we move it backwards the other way, we are actually dividing. So because in this case we are multiplying, that means our decimal point needs to move this way. So this decimal point needs to move towards this direction. And the amount of zeros in this number, or any of these numbers, tells you how many times you need to move it. So because 100 has 2 zeros, that means you need to move this decimal point 2 times. And because we're multiplying, it means we go this way. So we're moving this decimal point 2 times that way. So I'd go like this. 1, 2. Now wherever you stop, that's where your new decimal place goes. And if you see a loop without a number in it, that automatically becomes a 0. So a loop without a number in it makes it a 0. So you can see that we actually get the exact same answer, 410. All right, 410, because the decimal point goes after this 0 here. So we can actually just write 410. If we wrote 410.0, that's still also right, but we don't really need that 0 there. So the answer is 410. Let's do the next one now. So we're starting in meters. So starting here, and we are going to kilometers. So kilometers is over here. To get from here to here, we need to follow an arrow, and that arrow happens to be up here. So to get from meters to kilometers, we need to divide by 1,000. So we're taking this number and we're dividing by 1,000. Now I'll show you both ways again. 1,000 has 3 zeros in it, so we're moving the decimal point 3 times. Now we're dividing, which means we're moving the decimal point in this direction because the number's getting smaller. Decimal numbers are smaller than whole numbers, so obviously if we're dividing a number, when you divide anything, the number gets smaller, hence why we're moving backwards to get a smaller answer. So you'll see that there actually aren't any decimal points in this number so far. So what we can actually do is we can write this as 4,500.00 whatever, as many zeros as you want. I'm just going to put 3. Okay. Now I've got a decimal point, and actually there could be millions of zero after this decimal point, and it will still equal 4,500. You could even just leave one zero there. I'm just doing 3 so that you can see that it doesn't matter how many zeros there are. Okay, so we're dividing, so we're moving to the left, and we are doing so by the number 1,000 where there are 3 zeros in it. So we're moving this way 3 times, so 3 loops that way. Now put your pen on the decimal point, just move to the side, and we're going 1, 2, 3. Arrow indicates where your new decimal point is. Okay? So my answer is 4.5. Okay? Because again, it doesn't matter if we have millions of zeros here. Zeros are just 0. We're only interested in these numbers. 4.5 is still the same as 4.500000000. All right, show you with the calculator that it's the same. 4,500 divide by 1,000, 4.5. Okay, next one, millimeters to meters. This one's a little bit trickier because we actually have to jump. So to get from millimeters to meters, we need to make 2 jumps. So because we need to make 2 jumps, that means that we need to add the zeros on from this 10 and add the zeros on from this 100. So from here to here, there's 1 0 because our number's 10. And from here to here, there are an extra 2 because to get from here to here, you need to divide by 100. So if we've got 1 0 from here and 2 zeros from here, you add all the zeros together and you get 3. Okay, so we're dividing by 10 to get from millimeters to centimeters. And then from centimeters to meters, we're dividing by another 100. To get from here to here, that means we have 1, 2, 3 zeros. So we're moving our decimal point 1, 2, 3 times. Now we're dividing because we're going from millimeters to meters, so we are dividing by 1,000. Okay? Put the decimal point at the end like before. Okay? And we're dividing by 1,000. So I'll show you by pen first. Dividing is this way, and 1,000, there are 3 zeros, so 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So my answer is basically 4.0000000 forever, but that's the exact same as 4. So my answer is 4. Show you again with my calculator. Okay, now the last one, again, a little bit different. We are going from kilometers to millimeters, so from one end to the other. Now to do that, we need to jump from here to here, then from here to here, and then from here to here. So we need to jump every single one. Now all you need to do then is to count all these zeros, because to get from kilometers to meters, we need to make every single jump. So we've got 3 zeros here from the 1000, 2 zeros here from the 100, and 1 zero here from the 10. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. Okay? So we are multiplying by 1 million. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 6 zeros, and we're multiplying. So take your calculator, 35 times a million. This one you can obviously do in your head because it's just 35 million, but if you need to put it in your calculator, then do so. All right, if that's going to make you feel confident that you're going to get the right answer, then feel free to definitely do that. If we had to do this by hand, I'll show you how to do that as well. So I'll just do it down here, 35, and I'll put heaps of zeros to the right hand side, just as a just as something for you to see it clearly. Okay, so this number equals 35. I could have kept on writing my zeros all the way to the end of the page and it will still equal 35. I could have just had 1 0 there and it will still equal 35. Okay, I'm multiplying by a million, which means I have 6 zeros. So multiplying means that way, which means I'm moving my decimal point to the right 6 times. So pen on the decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now remember after the decimal point, the zeros don't really matter. So I just need to write the number before my decimal point, and that equals 35, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 35 million. Now I'll show you once more, if I didn't do that many zeros and I just did this and I wrote 35 like this, I'll show you how you can still get the same answer. So I'm still moving 6 times to the right. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. New decimal point. And remember I said if there are any loops with no numbers in it, they become zeros. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And you'll see that that equals 35, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 35 million. Okay?